Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grind of real talk. This is, I haven't done this in a while, but I hit y'all with the underrated after night conversation. The underrated one is back, part 12. Part 12, part 12, part 12. Open conversation, open panel. Ladies and gentlemen, hit y'all with let me read this first. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. That's the number one grinder. All right, so hit y'all with this intro. Be back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right, 12 L's. I'm here. Got the link. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. We are still winners. That's the real, the number one grinder. All right, so we going to ain't no specific topic this morning and stuff like that. We're just gonna talk. We're gonna talk about different things. So the ones keep on asking, what's the topic? Is what's the topic? No, there ain't gonna be no topic. I used to do the topics. We're gonna talk as a family. So please start asking me that questions. Please start asking because just if I give you the link, just come on. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Please, it don't have to be a specific topic. No, gotta get some cappuccino. But welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talks for secondary channel. This is the underrated after night conversation. The underrated one is back, part 12. Part 12. I haven't done that in a long time. The last time I did was maybe like November, October, November, something like that. It's been a while, so I've been so I said let me get on, let me jump on and do this. Come on, do it. It's been a while, so send the links out. So hopefully some people can come on. I did a live earlier about Sippaho. I want you to go check it out. That was on like maybe like close to 40 minutes, something like that. So yeah, so let's see if we're gonna get this going, y'all. And um it was a nice day yesterday. Must be nice again today. Salute to you, Amanda Gathers, my sister right there. Like I said, we're gonna talk about some few things. She's one of the one of the women that keep in contact with me. She keeps in contact with me for years. And I appreciate her and everything. Not the many women that keep in contact with me. Really don't. But she one of them. Um, She'll keep in contact with me, and so 12 hours. Not that many women. Brothers, most brothers keep in contact. So we're gonna have a great conversation. We're gonna have a great conversation of different things. Talk about different things that I would like to talk about different things as in the past. So be present as we see of the manosphere, how it's shaping up, or different forms, and see what we can learn from it. I think it's very important to probably talk about men a little bit. We need to support each other more. Shout out to She Stay Sleep. Shout out to Cool Jits. Shout out to Big Duke, fourth quarter talk. Shout out to Go Professor. Shout out to Brother She, we here. Shout out to Brother Any You. Shout out to Vanga. Shout out to Vanga. Shout out to him. He be doing his thing. You know, shout out to him. You know. Shout out to him. Yeah. So oh, hold on, Penny. So so trying to wait some more people to come through. So just come on the panel. Just come on the panel. Just come on the panel. So we're gonna have mature conversation. We're gonna have fun. I know that people like to be around drama and stuff, and it's all about being entertained. You know. All right, got the first one up there. Welcome to good morning to you.
This is my type of hours. This is good time.
Don't let it be a habit. Let me stop.
This is the right time. This is the right time. Remember, it was around this time we was on IG together and we were talking to the boxer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that.
I like this time. This is the right time.
Well, I've been doing the late. I've been doing these times for a long time. You just don't be around.
Oh, I don't be noticing. I guess I don't get the notification.
Or you be doing your live. So, but be expecting.
Oh,
I'll be doing this a little more. I am gonna do. I just haven't done that much for a few months because I wanted to get the afternoon talk off in the evenings, and even the men's talk in the mornings. And
yes, the breakfasts and afternoon. Yes, and your boxing and the other
yeah,
sports. Yeah.
yeah, I got to get that off. I'm still going to get that off, but also, too, I'm gonna bring back. I also, if you up, I'm gonna bring back to the morning live too. That also for ladies and gentlemen can join that too. I would that's gonna bring. I'm gonna bring that back too soon, especially on the weekends. I'm not gonna like gonna do in the morning. If it's the morning, that's could probably be spared of a moment, but that's gonna be like on the weekend. So I'm going to plan it ahead of time. So it's not gonna be like that early in the morning. But I said the latest probably maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock. So please,
Okay, that's fine. That's morning. Uh huh.
huh?
I said, okay, that's morning. That's a regular morning.
Yeah, so I'm just letting people know, ladies and gentlemen, I will bring that back between 9:30, 10:30. The latest ever put it out, but maybe 11:30, 11:45, but it's between like 9:30 and 10:30. So this is your chance, y'all. If y'all want to get on the panel again, it's gonna be email. So you'll see the email in the top of the chat. That's the only way you're gonna get on. I am not going to put the email in the chat. No, I'm not. So be expected. So how you doing? Enough running my mouth. How you feel this morning?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yes.
Doing
What
great.
they call these times over here in this sector? Y'all got a name for this type of hour?
I don't know.
Cause y'all don't call it the witching hour. Y'all call it something else.
I don't know. I'm not part of that. I just get on to get on. Ain't no seven
Yeah,
hours.
Zero had told me he had told me Zero the Infinite. He
Mhm.
had told me that he said at this time he called it something. It was so different. I had never heard that term before, and I said, "What?" And then of course, as I continued on with the people over here, they used the same term. I thought you knew the term.
Nah, I don't be that with them terms. You understand? I'm independent.
I like that. But you did just mention the manosphere, so that's a term.
I'm gonna talk about the manosphere.
Yeah, but the manosphere is the one that had this term for this particular type of hour.
Okay, who cares? Next. We don't care about it.
Oh my God, I wish I could remember it. I can't remember it. It's so different.
Yeah, because now it wasn't all that important. There you go. Take it like that.
It's important to that sector because that's what they term it. You know how like they got the witching hour. You know this is in the witching hours, but y'all not in that. Y'all not from that sector either. So that's why you wouldn't call this the witching hours. But your the group that in the manosphere they got a term for this time.
Okay. Now we got the one and only Amanda Gathers.
Hey, blessings, Amanda.
Salute to you, Sissy 12, and my bro, JT. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I'm fine. I got two women on the panel.
A12. Hey, look. A12. You know, I'll be cracking up. I'll be watching you, right? I'll be in your clouds. Especially when you be like, where y'all want me to go? You be in New York. You wait, when you went where it was no exhibit, you said, I like when they said you can't go here, but I'm going back here and see what's going on with them crates. And they said, this is police property. You already knew that. I said, look at 12. We gotta get up. I was like, look at that damn 12. She testing the waters.
Yeah, I like to do that. I
You said
do.
that. You was like, I'm testing the waters. I like testing the water. You was like, I'm gonna go until they tell me I can't come no more.
Yes, yes, because they said it's all police property. I never been in that area of Brooklyn, so I
Yeah,
was like,
and I
I
knew
said, let me
exactly
check
where you
that.
were. But we gotta get it. Like we're next door. I'm in Jersey. Like I'm right in Patterson.
Oh, okay, okay. So you know Be the Difference clothing?
Say it again.
You know that content creator Be the Difference clothing?
No,
Okay. What about Eastad?
no. I'm learning all
Okay.
you guys from. I just now it's crazy because I was on the phone with our brother JT, and I said, you know what? I've learned a lot of use through JT panel. You get me? I
Okay.
learned. I learned. So now, with you saying that, I would love if you could drop it like either in the back chat or in the chat because I'm a seamstress. I make clothes. I do a lot. I would love to follow their channel.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
12,
they
you are a
did.
funny girl. You keep it real too.
Trust
Thank
me.
you. Yeah, they had last year there was a meet and greet with New York content creators
Shut
and
up.
yeah, they went to
Uh-oh.
BBQs on
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Pause. Wait, pause 12. JT, what did I just tell you in including them? I said after my event in August, where I'm putting together a meet and greet. And look, 12, right there in New York, we can do it together.
Well, let's get brother Nehemiah Israel in the building. He been part of this for a minute too. Good morning, my brother. Thanks for coming.
salute. Salute Nehemiah. You see it in the chat. You see in the chat, I put the two channel names in there for you. Oh, Amanda.
Okay, I'll get it. Salute Nehemiah.
Hey, grace and peace, everybody. How's everybody this early, late night morning?
It's the right time.
Man, I was just taking my jail towel and getting in the bed, man. JT dropped me. I said, oh, you know what? I just left a 12 joint over there, and I said, you know what? I'm going to eat me a slice of pizza and hang out for a minute.
I appreciate that.
That's nice. Yeah, now you level this. You level this. Two men, two women.
Yeah. And two beautiful women too. Now, you can't beat that.
Oh.
Because these women here, they look very hard. And the attitudes with it, oh God, dog. I be like, I don't know how these brothers then behave myself. I don't know how these brothers be thinking, oh, look at them now. They be taking their cash apps and they super chats and all that, man.
What are you talking about? Cash apps and super chats.
They be getting their super chats. You know the brothers, they look at it, oh, they I be dreaming about you.
Don't listen to
He
JT,
talking
y'all.
nonsense. Yeah, he talking lies.
It's
Don't listen
true.
to JT.
It's
Extra
true.
story.
See,
That's crazy. I did I don't know, it was a top something shirtless. There we are. A topless video or picture, I think, on Instagram. And they said, no, you're supposed to be on a name one of the more seedier platform that you got to make sure you're addressing the right audience.
Mhm.
Oh, like, yeah, man. That sounds like that OnlyFans is the big one, but it's declining as well, right?
The OnlyFans account. I just got your IG name today, Nehemiah.
Yeah,
You already
yeah.
trying to get a OnlyFans? I didn't even get you on IG yet and Facebook.
No, I'm saying they were trying to tell me, the folks were trying to tell me, I posted a picture, with the top off. I was going through my mode of perhaps, nutrition and health kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I was probably a little slimmer than I am now because if I'm eating pizza at 12 o'clock at night, it's a wrap, right? So, I put it up there. My baby sister said, she made a comment. She said, oh, bleaching the eyes. She wanted to bleach her eyes out.
Oh,
I'm like, you wicked little kick rocks a little bit. I'm like, yeah, so that's what JT was, trying to get at, talking about how you got to watch your lines, you got to stand on where you're at, but the lines are so blurred today, right?
Mhm.
When it comes to male and female, because y'all see that woman, that transgender that won everybody's talking about that swimming.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny.
I didn't see all
I'm
of
glad.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so funny that in this space, see, well, I could talk to me and Nehemiah. And that's Big Bro right there and Amanda. We've been in this space for a while, for a minute now. And I could say poetic. I could say that 12 hours too. We didn't I didn't know you at the time, but there is like a hush hush when you talk about anything that deals with unnatural. And there are people refuse to touch it. And I find it that so ironic. But when y'all get into trouble, you want to pray to God, or you want to talk to a certain person, because you want to get that point across and stuff. And on this channel, well, like I said, what I've been doing for years, I always talk. I believe that I try to tell the truth, and sometimes the truth that comes out, sometimes it's very raw, and sometimes it's explicit. And sometimes I do get it wrong, but she probably come back. And all I'm just doing that we have to understand that us as human beings, especially we heterosexual, we under attack more than ever. And and I do want to talk about the confirmation of a Supreme Court. I forgot her name, so please don't quote me on that. And there are legit concerns that comes for our people. And I know that people in the space do not want to talk about it, but I do want to touch on that this morning. And there's going to be people gonna be in a year gonna say like, hey, what about feminine rights? What about LGBT rights? What about transgender rights? Everything they're gonna tell is a natural. Also, underneath policies that deals with racism, especially domestic um, terrorism. Also, now Biden is letting the refugees of Ukraine to come here, but at the same time, there's no money, there's no stimulus, there's nothing happening. And there are certain parts of the United States in this country that the gas price is going low. The food value is going low. The ports is not open up. There are people who have to travel another town to get healthy foods. Um, you got farmer markets around the country, especially in our community, is closing down. You got people who's on disability. Sometimes they get food stamps twice a month, and they have to save money, to make ends meet, no matter if they have a family or they don't have a family. The cost of health, policies is going up. Have to pay extra, and so these are the things that I do want to touch on this morning. If it's all right, if it's all, please, it's all right with y'all. And I feel that in the space that we need to talk about more stuff like that as a family. I think that there's a lot of egos is around because they figure they got money. It doesn't affect them, but it does affect their family members. It does affect. So, so as for me, that I always do throughout the years, as you know, I wouldn't take those on because at the end of the day, we are human beings. We are part of the human race as a people. So I wouldn't take it on. If nobody don't know, they just don't know. But at least wherever this conversation finished this morning, at least it be in archives. And I do, and then also I want to have a little fun too. Yeah, I want to have a little fun too. But I do want to talk about the Supreme Court. What do y'all think about it? We're going to start off Sister 12 Vows, Amanda, then Big Bro.
You had a question? I'm sorry. What did you?
No, he was saying salute. But I want to
Now,
hear from Bro.
oh, you want to hear? You
Not,
want to hear? Nehemiah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to do ladies first, but all right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a gender inclusion type of topic, right? Adding the sister, I think 12 mentioned last week. Do y'all even know her name? And now everybody knows her name. So she's been in the news. She's been nominated. A lot of people saying if we have Sister Harris as the vice president and her going in, Sister going in the Supreme Court realm, the inclusion, diversity, all of that is formulating to that American dream, right? So that's pretty easy. Apropos, if we had our first black president and all of that good stuff, 2022. So, in terms of the issues that they were arguing, I really didn't catch a lot of it. I think it was an issue about some cases. She done tried some cases in somebody else's temperament. Or I know the governor of, not the governor, but the senator from Texas, had a little moment, a little sound bite, dealing with her. Dick Durbin shut him down. But I don't really understand what the gist of her asking the question to define what a woman is. So even what JT is saying, yeah, the sister should lead on this one, man. I think that that's about right. The sister leading in terms of a pulse of it. But for me, uh, the American experience lines up with not like what the president was saying, New World Order, but I would say that it lines up with a more equitable world, you know. So yeah, let me say that much.
Okay. Anybody that want to follow that up?
No, I totally agree with him and everything that you are saying. And it goes back to what we were talking about on Cool Gent Live, and Kendra D actually she aced it. when she put the chart and she put how what failed our men, and what failed the sisters and how it happened and where the wrong went and why we're divided now and why there's no more normal family structure, there's no more love, there's no more basics, back to the basics. And I believe that the Most High is pushing us back to the basics.
Okay. Sister 12 Valves. You want to follow that up?
Yeah, I was in a live this morning where they was talking about how the questionings for Katanji Brown Jackson was um they wasn't asking like a huge number of questions, and they was upset about that, and they said that she was going to help with the LGBT movement, which I don't know. I don't know her background enough to agree or disagree with that, but they were saying that her base is the LGBT movement. She's on that agenda to push that movement, and it was quite disturbing. But again, I don't know that for myself. Um, I do know that she is a candidate from the Democrats, and Democrats are part of that movement. So I wouldn't say that it's hard to believe, because it is a push. She is somebody that the Democrats approve of. So
Yeah. And also to go for more on your point too, we cannot leave the Republicans out too. They down with it too. Not taking nothing away from the Democrats, cause hey, let's see how they treat us as a people. But I'm not leaving Republicans out either, because. But I would say this, that as a man that God created through my late parents. And I know y'all understand, but I want people outside in the clouds to understand this, that there's going to be a further separation conversation when we're talking about the man and the woman relationship. And what I'm hearing, that is not happening. And that we think we having these talks. I mean, these talks is glad needed, and I'm glad that you're up here, and I hope that more people will come here soon. But if not, it's okay. But I can say this, that it's going to throw a further wedge of the man and woman relationship to procreate, the two parent household to raise together, the the finance matters. Then you got the moral matters. I mean, spiritual matters, moral matters, emotional matters. I that the school, the education in this country is shot. They are pushing um pushing this agenda that Sister 12 Vass was talking about, and even like Sister Amanda Giles was talking about. And when I find out that I can't even say mad, because this space is what it is. But I say this, that I actually shaking my head that more women should take on. Oh, thank you, Go Professor. I hope hope one day you come up here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Thanks for fighting for the black man and the families, brother. I really appreciate that. And but it's got to be more women to be of these conversations. They have to say, yeah, we want to be with the man. We want to help produce kids. We want even like if you don't have kids, I want to be with a man because that's the right that's the right thing morally to do. Work together, have businesses together, make sure that we pass down um wealth to our kids or even members of the family or even to our people because we are still far behind. And I know there's gonna be somebody tell you know, you gotta put on your own bootstraps. Nah, there's some needs assistance. And I feel that it's very, very important that we have to understand that there is a must that we gotta have these conversations. It is a must to keep on fighting to be a family. And we have to understand that they are pushing this, both parties. They are pushing this narrative that it's okay. And also it's gotta be men gotta be part of this conversation too. Because us as men in this space, I mean we understand outside the space, but inside the space they are very egotistical. So that's why it's like that's why the names that I named the brothers are like for instance, go brother, go professor, Big Duke, brother She and brother Nehemiah, and a few others. And these I'm talking about the men now. These are the men that we have to support. These are the men that they in their own way they're fighting to keep the family together. I am very, very convinced that majority of these men they don't want the families together. Oh, I forgot. I leave out She Stay Sleep and others, some others. But the majority of them, it's nothing but a show. It's nothing but a show. And even the women, it's nothing but a show. And it's entertainment. To laugh about it. Brother Watcher, if you want to get on, matter of fact, check your email, Brother Watcher. If you want to get on, you're more than welcome to get on. Within it at the same time, our conversation is not diverse. It's really not, especially us as men. There's some great, great sports, man. The NCAA tournament. You even got coming up. There are women. They're gonna be track and field, and it's gonna be little stuff gonna be transit, so it's gonna be turned away, but it's gonna be some good. We gotta know that we got a strong track and field team of women in this country. So, Brother Gab, check your text, please. Check your text, please. And so we have to understand that we got to have these conversations. We got to understand that the ones that made God, that God made us that way, and we happy, and we are. I'm proud to be a black man. I'm proud. I fight for it. Logan in the building. Logan, you got to give me your email. You got to give me your email, bro. That's the only way you're gonna get on. Like I said, brother, guy, check your text. And if you want to, you can come on. So
Salute out to the chat. I can't read. Well, I'm reading the chat, and if I text and I'm not modded, I'm texting from the other phone. But salute, brother Logan. Salute to the chat. Salute to this conversation.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm Logan. I'm not gonna put the link in the chat. You gotta send me the email. Matter of fact, let me type in my email right now, and I send it through that because when I did that the last time, there was some trouble.
Yeah.
I can't let that happen. Can't do it. Mm-mm.
So JT, I'm gonna type from my other phone, so I won't be modded up when you see my name. All right.
Got you, sis. No problem. Logan, stay right there. Thank you, brother GP, as always. Thanks for your continually support. And sooner or later, I will do a chop up with my brother Go Professor. And there goes the link right there, Logan. So hit me through email right now. There goes that's my secondary email. Hit me on the email right now, and I'll be more than happy to send you the link. That's the only way you're gonna get. What's up, Mr. Miami? What's good? What's good? What's good? So I want you to pick up what I'm saying, please, while look out to send out the links. Y'all can go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay all night, Jay. Again, I see you. You got your deep voice going on, man, and to me that's sleep time because I got to get up. I got to get my energy. But
Okay.
yeah, all the things that you're speaking of, again, it does head to a head per se. One particular find that I found in the last week or so was called America Talk, and I believe USA Today, the newspaper, features it. Some mainstream publication, and they're coining, it seems, this feature called America Talks, and it's got the very same things that you talked about, how important these conversations are.
Mm-hmm.
It's talking about tapping the issues just the way that you mentioned, the issues that, like I say, that forms ahead, that's on the hearts that, of Americans, of men, of women, of any other entity, like I said, when it comes to that diversity, exclusion, and inclusion kind of thing, or equity
Mm-hmm.
per se. And so I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm gonna send you that link so that you can,
Okay.
take a look at it. But it is, like I said, it starts out that the subtitle is Repairing America's Divide, one conversation at a time. Like you said, if it's only four people on the panel, I've succeeded. The number one grinder has succeeded,
Mm-hmm.
and and having a conversation. Like you said, I've been around long enough. Amanda, I'm sure she has,
Facts.
and we've seen you do it morning, afternoon, night. We've seen the days of 10 and 12 years or 15 years of YouTube, however old it is, where we sit there and watch people, put in their first 8 hour live or what have you. So
Mm-hmm.
we watched this thing go. Like you said, it's about you, and or I think 12 said. I'm not sure if she said something of that nature, but yeah, it's definitely, you know, I like to say in the spirit, like everything else, that I hope it finds a way. This human spirit, this human energy, like they said, to repair the divides. The male, like the manosphere, is an aberration. It's like the what they call it, MGTOW. That's all that is, a birth child of MGTOW, and that's men going their own way. I'm like, where the hell you going, dude? You gonna leave the women behind, and you got the liberation, female liberation. I'm like, what y'all liberating y'all from? So as much as, like I said, this divide take place as
Mm-hmm.
we get years of this experience, especially in this so-called enlightened days where we're in the information age where there's so much information, and we start talking about the digital element, it goes off the chart. It really does. It really goes off into a universal kind of thing because uh, you could do it all. Uh, you're not gonna do it all by yourself, but you could get quite a bit accomplished with this electronic, or not electronic but digital uh, universe that we're in, this digital evolution. So yeah, man, America Talks. I'm gonna drop the link actually in the
Back chat.
chat. Anybody that's interested, and then I'm gonna send it to
Thank you.
you through the email. Uh,
Got you.
it
Okay.
and it talks about listen first.
Mhm.
So that part is very important. Like you said, a lot of us we get a channel and we get a little traction, and it's like we almost lose that ability to listen. Oh, I put
Mhm.
it,
Fact.
I put it in stream, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, we
No,
lose.
you're good.
Yeah, we lose that ability to listen. So that's important, man. Even like they said, if it's from the mouth of a baboon, long as they got the truth, that's what you're trying to hear.
Mhm.
Fact.
So yeah. But
And can I add on to what you said about the
absolutely,
puppet? Yeah,
absolutely.
you brought out a great, excellent point. The puppet, right? Men and women, let's not be a puppet master following these channels that don't mean us no good. Cause like you say, right now we already know what the problems are. We're trying to find a solution and a resolution. You know what I'm saying? Don't and look if you go to the mainstream, you also talked about the mainstream media. That's what all of them are, puppets on a string. You understand? Now you also mentioned like now is the time where the Most High is bringing together His people. Find your lane, get into it. Don't step on nobody's toes. Don't be judging no one. Be your authentic self. Don't come out here if you are on a money grab, because right now it's about us coming together as men and women, on one accord, and go back to like the Panther days. The men are in charge, women. I don't care what you think. The men are in charge, women. I don't care what you think. Okay, what has happened and what I'm seeing is because of the world we live in these social media outlets and this feminist and this manosphere, they allow women to take. Well, I can't blame it all on the women. Men and women are the melanated people, are the destruction of masculinity because they join that get the bag movement. You understand? Not get the love movement with family, not come together. And the electronics played a major part because everybody is so focused on the electronics that they don't no longer have family dinners sitting down together. How was
Mhm.
your day? What did you go through today? You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you spoke a lot and shout out. We got to, they reversed it and took what the Most High meant to be good. And now we got to reverse it back and take it back. Take back what the devil stole from us, period.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
12.
mean the world ain't nothing. I ain't stopping it flowing the way you want, Jay. But
Go ahead. Go
just
ahead. Go
to
ahead.
just to add, again, it's a build process. So, again, the world is framed by the word of God. Everything that we see was spoken of first. Like you said, there are some, it's 33,000 different denominations when you come to, the word framing the world and the world, the people that's going to fall off. So, like you said, it's enough room for everybody. It says you are God. That means everybody get to be a God. As if you were smart, you won't make a man. Cause the man, this flesh ain't nothing nice in the flesh. So we got to be careful there to understand those things, how to discern, some things, and that's why it's important to have these conversations.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's what I
That's
want.
fact.
That's all I
That's
want.
fact.
I ain't want to go too tough. Yeah.
No, but
That's
that's
good.
facts.
12
I just,
hours. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off a minute. Go ahead.
no, I just wanted to give him his accolades before he left the panel because he spoke some truth.
Yeah, definitely. In 12 hours, I want you. I'm still waiting for LCN. I'm still waiting. See the email coming through. I don't know why Gmail act like that. I want you to get into the conversation.
Well, I just think that one of the major problems that we are discussing is an American problem because, in Saudi Arabia, they behead people in the streets. They are able legally to behead somebody in the street, right? And women don't have rights. You know what I'm saying? So in America, we have allowed these rules to come into place that have people from all over the world here, but they've twisted things that they wouldn't even allow in their own country, right? Like we're not talking about an issue that is going on in Korea, right? Right. So we're talking about issues that's specific to Americans. And I feel that one of the major issues we have as Americans is that we like to have more than we need.
Mm-hmm.
So because people are always trying to get so much because there's so much here in America,
Mm-hmm.
they just go after nonsense. You understand? Like you have a garage with 2 cars and you still having a fit about some other car, right? Because we are conditioned through advertisements to always want something. Like we're never satisfied. But it's an American thing. It's an American issue. Because if
Mm-hmm.
we focus on other issues in other countries, that's not an issue, right? When we talk about poverty in certain areas in other countries, let's just say Haiti, right? I looked at a documentary where Haitians was going over to cross the border to DR, right? And people was the police from Dominican Republic was actually hitting the Haitians with sticks. Like we in some kind of different time zone. Like we in some kind of weird like slavery days. And it's like common for like these Dominicans to be beating up on these Haitians. And I thought it was outrageous. And I could see, like, if you look at international, news, you see how outrageously crazy and different American lifestyle is. Even our poor has Jordans on, you know, and it's really all about it's really about the ability to be in something where you can just waste food. You waste what I mean. Americans, we waste stuff that don't make no sense. So they did a documentary about uh it was where was that place where they gamble? And they
The
was just saying
casino,
how they
the
just
casino.
uh but you know that one that's out there, I forgot the name of it. That place where they have they have all those casinos out there near
Oh,
Arizona.
Las Las Vegas.
Yes, Las Vegas. They throw out so much food in Las Vegas. You know, because once the buffets close, they just toss that food out, and it's just
Wait,
unbelievable.
say that again, 12, for the people in the background. What do they do with the food when they're starving
They
people on out there?
out
They
there, they just
toss it,
throw it away.
throw
I'll
it
never
away.
forget. They just throw it away. It's garbage. And I'm telling you, they had showed a report where the people will pour Clorox so homeless people can't eat it. They will destroy it. And I said, this is some bull right here. And this is the luxury that we have in America. I can't believe it. I just look at it and look at the waste that we all allow. We all allow it. I remember when I was a kid, we used to say you got to eat all your food. We got people that stopped. We don't hear that. We don't hear people talking about that no more. You couldn't eat. They said they're starving people in Africa. They stopped saying that now. We don't hear that in 2020. We don't.
Well, I could say this though, right? I think the key is that when you deal with corporations, because it's a tax write-off for these corporations, and what they do, this is good food. You absolutely right, but they so much to degree because they know the more we throw the food out, and like you said, they throw Clorox on it, and I could tell you like of these casinos. I remember one time when I was this is when I was with the ex, and I could tell you one time when we she says, let's go to Last City. I said, nah, I said, hell, well, let's go to Last City, stay overnight. And I never forget it was the summertime. And I remember that we had our cars, we had comps on it, and it was actually people, it was like, she said, well, I'm gonna play and stuff. And I never forget there was a lot of food on the table. and it was people I'll say was unfortunate. I'm not gonna call them homeless. They was unfortunate. So it was good food. It was cooked. I guess the ones who order it, they just walked out, and still want to play, and this was good food. This was like roast beef. This is mashed potatoes, meatloaf, macaroni and cheese. This is gourmet stuff. So I said, is it possible that I could take some of my comp, right? And I take that, you just wrap it up, and I give it to them. They told me, oh, you can't do it. This is my comp. I made it from y'all. I made this comp. I could do what I want. So I did like this. I said, no problem. I give. So, you can wrap it up. I eat it and everything. So what I was told them, I said, listen, you go out this far door right here. You meet me around the corner, because I noticed there was some cameras on the opposite side. But when I went, it was no cameras. So, what happened was I gave the food to them. And then you should see how much food. I said, why are you getting food? That's the orders and stuff. They watching and stuff like that. So we end up staying 3 days. I said, look, every night, right? You don't have to let me know. You bag that up, right? Maybe you take out the garbage, right? You give it to me, right? I know there's some people that that needs the food, and I remember it was cops around there. So um when I had the food was still good though. And we ended up went back. Well, we supposed to stay 3 days, but we ended up leaving that early, never get late Saturday morning. And I took the food back, and it was good food. And so when we got up Port Authority, I just gave it away. I had wrapped up and everything. And so for me, so I understand what 12 hours talk about. And these people don't care. It's greed.
They don't care. They don't. It's weird. I mean, it's not like they eat. They don't even want it. They're not eating it. So what is it? It's just assessed. They just want to be able to have half nots. They want that divide.
Exactly 12. And as you brothers and sisters was talking, I was just now in here talking to my peoples. I was like, when I used to work way back in my younger years, I used to work at restaurants. And as really, after a certain amount of hour, top, like JT said, top notch restaurants, steak, filet mignon. I said that all the way wrong, but y'all know what I mean. Um, and they were like, we got to throw this out. I said, no, there's hungry people out. Can I take it? Their policy back then was, no, we're not allowed. But let me tell you, when I was in high school and I worked at McDonald's, after they had a time thingy on there, after 15 minutes, you got to throw what's on the bin away. I put them in
Wow.
bags and I fed the people. What y'all talking about? If you really on, let's help the people. Why are you throwing this food away? And like 12 said, these top notch restaurants that are not, connected with us, they'd rather throw that food away than to feed the people when they walk outside to close their restaurant out, seeing they're starving, than to feed them. They'd rather put it in the garbage. What is that saying to us? They don't care.
They
Yeah,
don't
like
care.
you said, the law dictates that they get rid of it. I got a buddy that ran. He was a manager for the big restaurants. I'm not sure if they got them out east to wherever you guys are at. But here in the Midwest, you got Old Country Buffet and a couple of that Cracker Barrel that he managed, and they had to get rid of that food. He said, like you said, even the ones you mentioned, they were not allowed. But in essence, you said it earlier, Amanda, about the gang doctrine of the world. We are in a gang doctrine type world, and it's not lining up with the love doctrine that comes out of the scripture. So if you understand that, it's easy then. It's easy to understand that, like you said, how you going to be 5% of the people in America and use 40% of the resources. That's where the problem is at. You got people having and people that are not having, because it doesn't involve that equity that everybody's speaking of. That when it comes to that whole having these conversations, the equity is lost. It's lost in the fact that uh, a lot of people will go with the conservative liberal conversation. That's what you'll find when you plug into these conversations. And the liberals, you know, they more, you ask me, more about gain than conservative. Conservative in nature is not about uh, not, that waste not, want not kind of thing. It's
It,
that
it,
kind of,
it's not. It's no longer about morals and values.
right.
Right.
But
Right.
that's what I mean. You got to let the wheat grow with the tare. So it's not a flesh and blood problem. So I don't have a problem with no gays. I don't have no problem with any person of not of melanated or a problem with anything that's different. And that's where the issue is, Josh. That's why, these white folks run around here stuck on that mess because they don't know how to deal with that. They don't want to, they learn it now. They start to have these conversations now because, they said, 'cause what was that? Whoopi Goldberg, when she talked about the,
The
the,
Jewish, the
yeah, the
Jewish.
Jewish
No,
folks.
she talked about the royal family.
Yeah, she was talking about the Jews. She was talking about them Jewish. What was the way they killed the Jews? What that crisis?
Hitler,
Holocaust.
The Holocaust. Yeah,
the Holocaust. Yeah.
the Holocaust. She was talking about the Holocaust. She was bad, but saying, "Hey, you can't do that." Talking
Right.
about this issue that involved white on white crime or whatever. You understand? Because like she was saying, like 12 was saying, they do the same thing in brown country. They do the same thing in yellow country. They do the same thing in red country. Wherever you go, you got man destroying up, tearing up some shit for no reason. So it's a worldwide situation, for real, for real. And not to, you know, be too long, but that they talking about how not George Bush, I just said George Bush, but how Biden just said New World Order, and everybody's like, what? New World Order? This dude has lost his mind because that's a dictatorship where you know it's not unlike the Most High, but the Most High he's a jealous God that you not to have God before Him, but understand that He's putting forth this promise that you could become a God too. And and to be equal with God. Because that's what the brother said. He thought it not robbery to equal with God. So, but you got to make that cut. You got to go through this tradition, this experiment of the flesh. And I think the same thing in terms of the American experience or the American experience. That's what I like to call it because, like I said, that's the way I look at it.
Wait, and you know what? You're right. Call it again. What is it? Experience.
Right. That's all. That I mean, we know that it's a history, but
Mhm.
it's been around long enough. It ain't been around long enough to be a history, really. It's getting where it's getting there, but it's more of an experiment because you got so many hands in the fire. Because, like I said, it's a house of cards. If you got the monetary system that's based on nothing, and so why doesn't, like we were talking last week, why doesn't, or a week before last, why doesn't the British, Russians, the all the folks in the East, why don't they get together and do their thing? Well, that's what everybody thinks going to happen, but it's not going to happen because, again, the prophecies that as I say, and again, you can almost go out there and look at it, and it do line up to that. So, because they talking about they're going to shut down the money with this electronic. That's what they were insinuating with this New World Order kind of talk. So it's almost like conspiratorial nature, but again, it to me, again, I'm spiritually discerning. I'm like, and that's when I say spiritual, I'm talking about what's written. Like I
Mhm.
said, I look at the books. I look at, like you say, these conversations that take place, and then I make up my own, choices in terms of how I'm going to live my life. You understand? So yeah, it really is something that I don't care, young, old, rich, poor, male, female. Everybody got to work it out for themselves. That's why it's important to have this conversation. Let them say the brother got up and spoke, brother Jesus got up and spoke, and then he sat down. So everybody get to make their own choice. We're in that period right now. That's why I always say grace and peace, because we're in the grace period. Because that ain't gonna always be on the table. If we're talking about
Right.
World War III jumping on, it ain't all gonna be on the table like 12 said, where we got all these great choices in America, the so-called American experience or the American culture, whatever. But yeah, man, y'all know it's always good, like I said, when you got the right heart to have these conversations. Night
Fact.
talk, night talk, night talk.
Fact.
I like the night
Like night talk, night talk, night talk. But
Mm-hmm.
listen, what you saying that, brother name, can I ask you this? You said New World Order, right?
Did you hear?
Listen, what I'm actually here. I hear a lot. But
I'm saying,
would you,
did you hear Biden said this week?
no, listen, I'm about to tell you where I'm
Okay.
going. I hear everything, right? However, we cannot think it's strange because before Biden got in office, they've been talking about the New World Order, right?
right, right.
Now, and let's take it back there. What you just now said, you recognize you throwing that out there. And I just said our cool gent channel, this is the age of the new Aquarius. Now, can I ask y'all this? When they say new world order, according to them, because they're controlling this earth right now, do you think that we've been in the new world order, but we just now recognizing it?
Well, for me, I feel like when we had this pandemic and we was forced to operate without money. Like I remember going to the bank and they telling me we don't have quarters. There was a lot of weird things going on that was really like a shock to me. But because I heard about the New World Order, I wasn't like thrown completely off. But it felt different because they were saying we don't need change, or we not circulating change no more. Oh, we don't want your cash. You need to pay with a card. It was just crazy. It was like they was trying to eliminate us being able to use cash. They didn't want us to go directly to they first of all they closed the stores. You had to either call to make a payment over the phone with your bank routing information, or you had to do it online. They was already acting like everybody was already online. So whoever was outside of that electronic business, people who don't use Amazon, people who don't do anything that's not in person really felt it. So I definitely felt a change. I'm not saying I wasn't forewarned, but I didn't see how it was going to take place. You know what I mean? Like I operate without an internet. So this hit me where they trying to force you can't use anything but the internet. That was weird.
Yeah,
And you know what?
Go ahead, sister.
No, I totally 12. Everything you said, I totally agree with you. And you're like on one accord with what I already, like you said, we already knew, but we just didn't know how it was going to happen. You get
Right.
me?
We know how they were going to roll it out.
Exactly. And now, and this is what I'm trying to tell my family, friends, and my loved ones that I care about. Get your money out these banks.
Right.
Get you a safe box, because the bank is going to crash again. And then you have no way of showing what you had in there.
Right.
Right? Because if the bank crashed, all they can say, well, we don't know if you had that. You probably have millions in there, and guess what? Your money is gone.
Well, it
And
would
the
be
reason,
garbage too in the same stroke.
say
So
it again.
if you got a bunch of paper, it's nothing. It's useless.
Thank you. That's where I'm going.
Yeah. So
What?
that part.
Go ahead, babe.
Yeah. So that part is the Armageddon. That's just the
That's where I was about to go to the
yeah
Armageddon.
that's just the that's the 3.5-year war that's to take place. So that's a different time period, though. So when we start talking about the millennial, or we start talking about the time where, a loaf of bread will cost you $1 million kind of thing. If you ain't
Right.
got a mark, you can't buy it. That's what you guys are kind of jogging at right there. Like you say, that conversation's been on the table for a long, long, long,
A
long time.
long time, but
So,
nobody was listening.
yeah, and that's the thing. So that's what I'm saying, that conversation. So for those that got an ear to hear and
Let them
eyes to
hear.
see, we already know what time it is. You understand? We already
Exactly.
know about the mark. We already know about the mark of the beast. We already know about this game. We already know about where the rulership is at, and all these things to take place. Because Pope ain't trying to hear. Like I said, sweet in your mouth, bitter in your stomach, meaning that you can spit it out, people will throw it right back at you, man. They know we don't want to hear that garbage, man. Get on with that. Like my mama says, she 80 years old, bless her soul, 82, still kicking.
God bless her.
She's like,
Yeah,
if they
God
got
bless
some gas
her.
out there, I'm gonna get me some gas. I'm like, you don't want that
Okay.
gas. She didn't say auto or mark or whatever. She's like, give me my mark. I got to have me some gas. So
Right.
that's
So go
that's
ahead,
where
go
the
ahead.
challenge is. The challenge is, you know, being, just working it out. That's why I said you got to work it out. You got to make these decisions based on the information. It really
Absolutely.
is.
So, and
Yeah,
like you just now said, based on information. Now, as I don't know everybody's age bracket, but way back we were taught the mark of the beast. You brought that up, right?
yeah,
Now,
Right.
what they didn't realize is you read the word and they told you about how the mark of the beast will come. But what they're not realizing, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, the mark of the beast come in all forms. It started with before the sea thing came. That's the mark of the beast. The chip, that's the mark of the beast. Anything that they're trying to put into you to control you is the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
right.
But,
We're in the belly of the beast right now. Right,
Right.
Babylon. Right.
but that goes along with how we are foretold something without real details. It's like when they said Adam and Eve, they said if you eat of this fruit, you will surely die, but it didn't say you would immediately die. So see, we keep expecting something to happen like right away, and it doesn't happen that way. Just like we've been
But
hearing about the mark of the beast, we hear about this and that. Forever we heard that they trying to take the name of God off the paper money. Then we was here, and then right away we up there was fighting for I'm not saying everybody was fighting for it, but they was trying to get the black woman on the $20 bill. And I never supported that effort, but when they
Neither
were
did
saying it,
I. Thank you,
I
12. Because
thought
I
that
thought I
was
was
so
all listen,
crazy.
I
really,
thought I
wow.
was like, am I wrong for not supporting this shit?
No, I said right then, I knew right then when they was trying to push that money was gonna mean nothing. You know what I mean? I said they trying to put the money, they trying to put um
You're wrong for that, 12.
abolitionist on the dollar on a $20 bill. I said something's wrong. And then sure enough, they trying to do everything electronic and God's name is not on it. See? They trying to go, they do it. They said we're gonna take God's name. They was fighting to take God's name off the money. They don't want God's name on the money. So then they just use these electronic ways. They doing Bitcoin at nothing says God on any of those transactions. They trying to go completely off, but see, we don't know how it's gonna happen. We hear it, but we don't. We say, how can that be? Like we can't imagine it. So
Yeah.
since we can't imagine it, because Adam and Eve couldn't imagine death, they had never died. So making a threat about something and they don't know anything about it is hard to conceptualize.
Yeah, but this is what
I
this.
totally agree with everything you said. Thank you. And you answer my question. Thank you.
But also, also we got to understand too, when Adam and Eve um ate for the tree, right? There is examples in the Bible will let us know who was the good one and who was the bad one. And as we see to this day, anybody that we're willing to be in God's realm and also have foretold about the new order, and I'm talking about all levels, these are the people they do not they don't want to pay attention to the signs because they know if they listen to the signs that they listen to it, they know that they have to repent and they knows that they have to really repent for centuries or centuries of denying God's power. So
Okay, that's
so
true. I agree with you.
so this is the thing that if you notice that throughout the years, I talked about God. I know people say it's like this. They are signs out there that I'm just saying that people don't want to pay attention. That's why you see all these illnesses really happen right here. And this is the we have to understand this is a plan to derail who we really are. And so because like they say, you got man turn against man, you got women turn against women, you got man want to be woman, woman want to be this man. There are signs out there that is right there. And everything that you're saying is absolutely true. Let me say this, absolutely true. But the sad thing about it, they are actually people who see the signs, but how many of us is willing to walk that path? How many of us is willing to do whatever we can to speak the truth and to understand what's going on? I give you a case of point. I'm gonna bring it up again. This country is letting UK Ukraine refugees come in here, and it's so funny that Russia is not stopping it. Ukraine is not stopping it. But this is I have to keep on saying this because I say this on the last two lives that I did. It's so I'm sure I mean it ain't funny, but it's so peculiar. This is the same government that say I had no money.
Right?
They only had they said they ain't had no money,
Possible.
but you gave $13.7 billion to a country that never had respect for for this country. And also this too, like I said, you know, so that means that they're gonna get extra resources and not one party, and I'm talking about both parties, none of one party is not gonna fight for the people that's in here. And I'm just saying that we still are getting slaughtered more than ever. They don't want to address it. We got a person in office right now that he is a second generation DC Democrat. Let me say it again. He is a second generation DC Democrat. His protege is the late whatever his name, I forgot his name is. But this senator that I'm just talking about that he learned from, he the one helped push the KKK policies in the late 20s onto the 30s, and even right now. He learned from him. And so that's why you see the black massacres all through this country. And even there was even black massacres in New York that one day that I'm going to talk about it, that I really going to discuss about that. But get back to the point is we deal with a monster that he never had respect for black people. He was a senator back then. Even Biden, even back then, he knew what's going on, that the federal government would pay the Nicaraguans government to put drugs in our community back in the mid 80s. He knew what's going on. Good day, Kujin. If you want to come up, check your text. And so who good old Joe Biden is part of that. And he act like ain't nothing happened. This is the same person that signed the bill back in the early 90s. Oh, we got strict down law enforcement. So we have to understand there are patterns that this man had been in. He also said that he disliked black people back in I believe the late 60s and early 70s. So we gotta understand we deal, and also women too. We gotta put women involved too. We deal with wicked people that been part of this government, have been part of this evil new world order for decades. And that's what I'm saying, that we sometimes, I know that I'm not talking about y'all and everything, but there has to be a time that we have to go back in history and learn from it. And I guarantee when you learn from that history for decades ago, it trust and believe it will connect the dots. It will connect the dots and everything. And especially then, when we're gonna talk about the Democratic Party, they the ones in power right now and everything. That's what they try to push the black woman in and everything. And people gonna say you hate black women. No, I don't hate black women, but I forgot who bring up the point. I believe 12 else to talk about LGBT and stuff. That should be a concern. That should be a big concern. That
It is. It is.
and I'm telling you, none of those times, and I'm telling you, none of those times they ain't talk about families,
Well, because
nuclear
they don't
family.
want the family. They don't want it. What I would say to answer one of the questions you had asked, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to just us on this panel, being able to refer to our grandmother, a grandmother, or a mother who was telling us Bible stories, right? If you break up the family and they're not even in the home at all with either any kin, right? They in foster homes or whatever. What history or knowledge are they really getting?
Wait,
Right?
12. Can you say that again for the people? What history and what?
What history and knowledge are that child or that population gonna get? Like I can say, oh, my grandmother used to tell us the Bible story about this and that, right? Because they used to always tell us about the end of the world, Revelation. But if you split up the family, you don't have any kind of what is the history getting passed down? They're not gonna have anybody passing down anything. We are rooted together through the vine. If all you gotta do, you separate the fruit from the resource, right? So they take the kids. Remember, the slavery. They taking the babies away. They giving the baby to a whole nother group of people, right? They knew what they was doing because they know how to break up the family. So if you don't have any kind of history or knowledge, then how can you recognize? I don't think it's always that people um they know what Biden or the bad guy looks like. I think a lot of times when somebody chucking and jiving, that's why they chuck and jive. They dismantle people's defenses and they feel comfortable. They feel like this is a nice white man smiling at us. He gonna look out for us because he said he's gonna look out for us, but they don't know his background. Smiling at us.
Mm-hmm. I'm
And
sorry.
who really gonna tell them? Who's gonna tell them? They already have their defenses down because there's nobody teaching them who to be aware of, right? They can't recognize the wolf. I believe that people don't recognize the enemy, especially if they have been uninformed about it, right? So a person will come in a defenseless way, right? They come in a way where you don't recognize it. So how can you feel that they're a threat? Especially maybe if they come at you as an infant, because the Bible, all it does is go by aquaculture, right? It's always telling us about seed. We got to pay attention to the seed. People aren't recognizing this. If you don't know an apple seed from any other seed, what does it really matter to you? You haven't been taught what these seeds are. So you don't recognize it. You don't even care. These all grow into something.
Yeah, that's
Some
true.
things you can eat, some things you can't. But if you don't recognize it, right? That the Bible always telling us to look at the nature, look at animals. Our
Mm-hmm.
our our society wants us to be
Wait,
all
wait, wait,
industrial.
wait. 12, 12. Can you just do me a favor for the dumb slow ones in the background? Recognize what and what? Nature and what?
They don't recognize nature, which the Bible tells us to pay attention to. He says, always pay attention to the ant, pay attention to this, pay attention to how they harvest in the time of the season coming, right? Pay attention to the season, right? But they push industrialized areas, buildings and everything. If we looking at the computer, paying attention to. We're not gonna what are we paying attention to? If we our bodies are made mainly of water, we are a part of the earth. So the fact that they even trying to push you to a computer is right there. It's a method to dismantle
Right.
and hurt us.
That's
That's why
true.
people be getting carpal tunnel. They be getting sensitivity to the light from the screen. All these unnatural illnesses we get because we
That's true.
always around machines.
That's true. Let me get this out. Divine Sense Boxing, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming. Brother, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to copy down my email, right? And I want you to hit me through the email. Cause then in the future, I do boxing too. I want to have you on and so we can talk about different things. And let me read this out. So welcome, welcome. Glad that you make time to talk. Glad that you're here. Cool Jizz, he say when we highlight that if we won't have anything passing down, then we waste a breath and time. Build on that, please. I'll read the other before that. Hold on. Go ahead, y'all build on that. Okay. And then let me read this out. Then he said, it would be taboo and absolutely here in the Western country. It's very sad that most won't be able to pass down nothing, only division and chaos. Okay. Go ahead, Bill, on that.
Yeah, she said a lot, man. And in particular, I like the way she said if it comes from an old wives' tale or old grandma tale. So it made me immediately think about, and I had to pull it up, where the precept to say there'll be a lot of false prophets out there. So you got to be careful, from where you hear stuff. Like she said, you know, you got the wrong teachers teaching you stuff per se, because everybody got their own God and their own understanding, own ideology. We could be sitting here. We have Islamic brothers in here. We have uh, Christian brothers, Israelite brothers. That's why I say it's over 33,000 different denominations. So I like to think the simplest way, and it said, if it were possible to befool the very elect with these false prophets and teachers, it's not possible, like she said, about the nature, about things of that nature per se. And that's what I took from what she said without, pulling up a scripture saying this much, that I think that it's not possible to fool the very elect. And that I think we've talked about the game and the love doctrine, because it says, for me, it says, the two commandments said, love God, love thy neighbor as thyself. I'm like, can't go wrong with that. It's all about love, and as much as we could talk about this crap that be going on in this world that irks our spirit, and we be like, man, this is garbage. It's like, man, where the love at? The love of many is wax cold. Ain't no love, so ain't no love in the heart of the city, right? So that's, I think, is how you get to deal with it all. As like you said, the uncommon, you know, dealing with, because if you said you in the world but not of the world, it's like, how do you deal with being in Babylon, under this world? Because let's talk about how this is Satan world, or I got a great aunt. She said this is God's world, Satan. I said, yeah. Well, Satan got a little time to do what he do, and this great deception that takes place, which is to say, sell your soul for a loaf of bread, or as many vices that you may have that you're not aware of. If somebody ain't taught you about that, you're led away of your own desire. So you got to check yourself 9 times out of 10. You really got to, like I said, get this information. You got to have these conversations, So I got a lot out what that sister just said. She said it, and that's my response to that. And I'm gonna be here another 5 or 10 minutes because I do have to get up pretty early, guys. I got a lot out what that sister just said. She said it. That's my response to that. And I'm gonna be here another 5 or 10 minutes because I do have to get up pretty early, guys. I got a lot out what that sister just said.
There's an echo. It's an echo.
That's my response to that. And I'm gonna be here.
12. You have to cut your. You have to cut your. Yeah. You have to cut your. Cut your thing on your YouTube part of. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's all right.
That
No,
was
that's
me.
all right. I know. Oh, okay.
But salute, y'all. Y'all are saying a mouthful, and I wanna, how they say, give your flowers while you're living. I want to give y'all flowers while you're living. Fire, and it's about each one. Teach one. It's about building, and like she said, we gotta heal before we build. We gotta understand what is the problem. Y'all speaking facts, and it comes to what we said. Come on one accord for the Most High. And let's talk about these things that we see and we notice. And like 12 said, man, 12, you kicked a lot, bro. Like you kicked a lot. And I,
Yeah.
I second everything you said. And you're on point. Everything you said. But I salute to everyone and all your comments.
Yeah. I would say this that to go back that everybody is saying. I know people say we talk about color, but I'm just saying that we have to say this that us as heterosexual, we are under attack. And we have to understand that. I understand for us as black people, I get it and everything, but heterosexuals, we are under attack. And they are not letting up. And we have to understand that.
Yeah, salute to everyone, everybody.
Yeah, so the way I look at it like this, and I will say this, and I'm saying to women, if you heterosexual, make sure you don't get the women straight, and also understand that they got to be in the family realm. Brothers, men, we had to get ourselves together and make sure to hold each other accountable, but at the same time, we got to be part of the family realm too. Because I have to say this, I did it early of Sipperhole. It's in the chat and everything. Oh, she got part that's coming again. And I tell you, and there's a lot of people that, I mean, not say a lot, but there's a few people that didn't like what I said early, but y'all go check it out. You know what I'm saying. And I'm just saying this, that. Okay, well, just plug it up and get back on it. So,
Yo, JT, I just want to say salute to you, brother, for doing this. And I don't care how many was in the chat, how many wasn't. All of these messages are needed. And hearing from Brother Nye and brother sister 12 and you and the people in the chat, I want to just say salute because we need each other in these conversations, like Brother Neem, right? Nima said, these conversations are needed. And I'm grateful that you guys allow your platforms to us to have these type of conversations because this is what's going to help us to grow. But thank you, Jay.
Yeah, exactly. Cool, Jay. If you want to get on, brother, you can. If the link is in your text. It's up to you. I'm just up to you if you want to join. No problem. I'll be here a little longer anyway. I might do a morning chat. It depends how I feel. I'm gonna do more of those because 12 hours. She said that's a great time for her. So we're gonna do a little more of these and stuff like that. Um and I want participant. My thing is it's okay, no problem. 12 hours, I get it. No problem. And I just want participation. We need participation in the us as human beings, men and women. Guys support it. Guys
And
support it.
and I want to make sure Nehemiah. I had to look. I'm blind and I wear glasses, so that's what I did. I went and got my magnifying glasses so I can make sure I say your name properly because you
Yeah,
spit
yeah,
jewels.
yeah, yeah, we're cracking up.
Yo, you spit jewels in that. I was like, oh my god, what? That's why I said brother Nee. I was just gonna say brother Nee, so I won't fuck up the whole name. So look, hey brother Nee, let me tell you what I
Yeah,
did. I went and
you
got my
said it
magnifying
5
glasses.
times. I say, try it again.
That's
I look,
crazy.
hey brother Nehemiah, I was like, okay, let me get my magnifying glasses with my glasses so I could give this brother his right name. Forgive me, I'm blind as a bat.
You ain't lying about that.
You good? Great. So listen, y'all. Happy Sabbath. Let me bounce.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
because I gotta get up.
Before you go, make your last remarks. You know how we do, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was saying. 12, I always just get blown away by her uh, conversation. She's got a nice flow, and I'm like, wow, I could really dig the way she flow. Amanda always bring that wisdom.
Mhm.
She definitely have the spirit of wisdom. So with that, and my brother Grinder, we can't say nothing, but he just, gonna get a double honor because he put in a lot of work. So it's been a
Appreciate
pleasure.
that.
Again, late night, I was gone because I had seen 12 on earlier. I popped in with her for a minute, and just when I was about to hit it, you sent me that email. I said, okay, I ain't been out there in a minute, been running,
Oh, I'm
running,
glad you
running.
I
came.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so glad you came because the knowledge and stuff you spilled and you spit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
Somebody
that.
got an echo. All
That's me.
right, the
That's me.
knowledge. I'm glad you came, and I'm glad, like when he sent it to you, that you see. And this is what I was talking about in the atmosphere with the Most High people. When the Most High, we might be sleepy, and God done said, "Okay, brother, sister, I called you, said, come check in. Let your spirit lead you. Your spirit led you. You know what? I was about to go to bed, but let me chime in. Every word you said tonight was needed. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
And let,
likewise, likewise. Everybody, I
thank
think,
you.
did a great job and speaking from the heart tonight.
And let me say this before you leave, big bro. At first, I was going to do it. I was going to wait to really late tonight. I did. I wasn't going to do it, but there has to be. I felt that if I have a little energy, it needs to be put out. No problem, Kuchin. Always the next time. So I did not know how this going to come. I talked to Amanda. She said just put it out there because I ain't gonna lie, since I was tired. I was tired. But I felt that it needs to be discussed. We need to be say something because you never know. These are trying times, y'all. People could be listen to us. They probably want to commit suicide. These people are down, and I'm happy that I did what my first mind to tell me to do. And I thank Amanda and I thank 12 Hours and I thank you, even Cooches, and I even thank Brother Logan, And then also we introduced the family Divine Sense Boxing. I want you to go check out his channel. Matter of fact, while we talking, I'm gonna look for his channel and I'm gonna put it out there. So you go check it out, Logan. I got his email and their email. So when I'm gonna get back to do certain things, I'm gonna get back to have the panels to mix up with some mature young ones and our older people. And it's got to be up to us. It's got to be up to us to keep these conversations going. It has to happen, you know, and even that maybe they not getting what I'm saying. And man, I know what you're saying, but I got to get this out. And even big bro, we talk. And even they don't understand, even they refuse to understand what the underrated one is doing. I'm doing God's work. And it's my obligation to be out there and help, to aid. That's my obligation. This is part of my purpose. Yeah, be on social media. This is part of my purpose, not all my purpose. I have suffered losses in my life, deep in my life. And God had been there for me to get through it. And each of y'all had a part of helping me that. And so for me, I said this, that what I'm doing right now is necessary. If I have just a little energy, and I'm going to push it. Now, Amanda did say, and even 12 Valve say, JT, you need rest. So I'm gonna listen to y'all. Don't even big bro. He said, brother, you don't stop making yourself out thin and everything. Y'all right. Absolutely, you're right. And I'm gonna take your advice too. But I feel this morning it's needed. It's needed for us. We need it individually, and also there's others need to hear this. He need to hear that us as human beings, there's a war, and there are quite a few people giving up because there's no safety net there. So that means that we got to put ourselves out there to be a safety net, even the ones that we don't know. I need a safety net myself. I don't have nobody come see me. Everything's on me. As a man, I got to be careful when I leave the house. Hope I can put my key in the door. You can't even travel to check your mail. Because we deal with wicked people. And there's people said that, it's men. No, it's women out there too. But they underneath the radar now because you got the LGBT and stuff like that. But they've been wicked for a long time too. And they need to be talked to too. Yeah, and then also they are birthing wicked children. And we have to understand that too. And I know there are some people who don't like what we talked about, even this morning. But this is what's going on. And when you're young or you older, like me and my brother Nehemiah, there has to be a certain time that we got to come together. The man.
Wait. You said, brother, don't leave me out. My ass old, about to be 54. Okay.
All right. Boo. Let me stop. But I'm saying that us as men and women, that young and old, we have to find a way to stick together. Now, the other generations has been hurt. Yes. Doing dirt. Yes. Get it. But we have to find a way. Because spiritual war does not have a color on it. It does not have a color. It doesn't discriminate. Now, I understand that as a black man. And anybody that's a black man, when we talking about Cool Jen and we talking about Nehemiah Israel, there is a hit on us. And we have to understand that there's no deny from it. So any other man would say, hey, what about us? Yeah, true. But we the target. We've been the target ever since we came in this world. So we have to understand that too. So we still have to have these conversations us as black men. And it doesn't mean that the man is not being targeted. It doesn't mean that women are going to be targeted either. But I'm talking about us as a people. We have to understand there is a bigger target on us because that the way that's the way it is. And we also understand too, there are other nationalities has been talked up for us too. And they see things what's going on. They are voicing their facts. They are right there. And I'm just saying, and I'm telling as a black man, 12 vows and Amanda needs your help. They need your help more than often. Because they under attack too. Because see, wherever you support the men, trust and believe they're gonna attack the women now. They're gonna attack the women. And we have to understand too, when you take the man out, they're trying to make the women more vulnerable, so they can attack them too. But there are some women if they fail to understand, I could do this and I could do that, and then you got the gay man, I could do this, I could do that, and all that. But we just have to understand that they not walking in accordance with what we do. And even outside the space and even inside the space. They don't have their priorities straight. And they refuse to have their priorities straight. I am so convinced of that because all you have to do is just look and observe and look. You know what I'm talking about, brother Nehemiah Israel. You know what I'm talking about, Amanda. You know what I'm talking about, 12 vows, and even others in here in the chat. Y'all see it yourselves. Greed. Don't take care home of all levels. Don't take care of families. The food is shortened. It's real. Gas prices going up. Retail is all-time high. The money is not valuable no more. But they print money for other things. But they will not print money for over here. But they say this is one of the greatest countries in the world. You got liberties. You shouldn't complain. Okay. But see, the ones y'all come here, y'all get the resources. But I understand y'all listen to the propaganda that we lazy. How we lazy? That we never have. But see, America always give to the ones. Let's be honest here. Hey, they took care. They reparation. They took care every nationality that was against us, and it's still happening right now. Now people talking about what about the Indians and stuff like that. Who cares about the Indians? I know the Indians had slave African descent. When we're going to talk about that, and they got reparation. They became $5 Indian, but we still cannot get reparations of African descent. But you got some people talk about, oh, you shouldn't talk about that. But I know that we part of the human family. There's no ifs and buts about it. But there are even some that want to pick and choose that what we should talk about. But these are conversations we better have. And also we got to understand too, there are some people that don't look like us do understand what's going on, and they are talking up too, and they also under attack.
Can you repeat that again? There are some people that don't look like us, and what? Go ahead.
There are some people that don't look like us that are taking up for us, and they know the attack, and they are being attacked too. And we have to understand that too. And so This is what I'm gonna be talking. I'm going back to the essence. These I'm gonna talk about in the future. And also we're gonna have fun too. We're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about women in sports. We ain't talking about the women. Women rights and everything. No, these are the women that they are trailblazers, for our people. Because let's be honest, there are certain points that a black man cannot furnish, and then they say, "Oh, we're gonna give a black woman a chance," and they dominated. Even in this country, they still do not give our women credit to dominate to really dominate certain sports. But they stand up for our community too, and so we're gonna talk about that too. That this country and this world do not want to talk about. So just remember, I'm gonna say one last thing. Listen, I want after that y'all give your last remarks. The number one grinder. Oh, I got a new name for y'all too. I'm gonna say it in a few seconds. I'm gonna use the underrated one, always into effect. And I create another name today. It's on Facebook. You should go and see it. I put a picture on it. The BK, the Black BK Boss. Yeah. They said, what's BK stands for? Brooklyn. I'm born and raised Brooklyn, New York. Proud of it. New York. No, I'm a boss, man. Be a BK boss, man. That's how it is. That's how I do it. People don't understand it. Oh, well. That's your problem, not mine. So I'm going to be using that sometimes too. The BK Black Boss. See it? No? So enough for that running my mouth. I don't know. I'm going to have a morning panel. I don't know. It depends how I feel. But if I get up, I said maybe 9 or 10. If I decided it's going to be, I'm going to set it up. I don't know. I'm going to set it up, send all the links out and everything. But I would send out like through email. I will put it out. I would put out the email with my Cash App. That's the only way you're going to get it, if I'm going to do it. So, Nehemiah Israel, last remarks, and also Amanda, last remarks. Then you just stay right there. I'm going to close it out.
Happy Sabbath. Been a pleasure. Enjoyed everything you just said, bro. Peace out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I got to see my number too. I see my number too. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Peace, Amanda.
Yeah, I'm gonna see my number in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Nehemiah, before you leave, I want to say thank you so much for your words. Thank you. My client is in the back. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you. Continue to let the Most High lead you and spit the truth. I want to tell you that before you leave.
Okay, thanks. Bless. Peace out.
Okay.
Peace.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make it nice and short. Anybody that's
Well,
travel.
my last, I'll give my last one.
Go ahead.
No, yeah. So you can end your live with you. My last word is take what we said on this platform, eat the meat, throw away the bones. And I'm like Chief Steep say, we gotta heal before we can build, right?
Yep,
And
exactly.
this is a new movement, the new age of Aquarius. You don't look at right now gender or race. We get together as righteous brothers, sisters, and no matter what color. Thank you for this live, JT. And family, get back to family structure. And just let the Most High lead you. Stop leaning to your own understanding. Because when you lead to your own understanding, you're gonna fuck it up. I'm really talking to these females. I almost called them something else. That's my last finals.
Oh yeah, and thank you, brother Nima. And also too, I talked to Amanda Gathers, right? I got to get some more women on here.
Right.
I'm going to have a women's panel. I don't know when. So the women, I'm going to try to be a little more patient, but I got things I got to do too. But I'm going to have a women's panel. It's going to be mothers. They're going to talk about why it's so important to still advocate for boys' rights and men's rights. I talked to Amanda about it. She's on board. I talked to Sheila, but Sheila was not feeling good, so I got to get back with Sheila. And I love to talk. I'm gonna get to her, and it's gonna be stay with a different topic. It's gonna be within the topic, but it's gonna be subtopics with it too. I'm just gonna be in the background facilitating, and I let each lady know. I let they know how I do it. Make sure you stick to the topic. And then I'm just letting you know now, even 12 hours too. So I'm letting you know now in the chat that the ones that are mods, I gotta reevaluate y'all, my doom shotters. Yeah, I used to call them doom shotters and underrated darkness, but I'm bringing over here my doom shotters. Anyone that is not willing to confine what we talk about from this day forward, you get them a warning. All it depends on the person. Get them out. No questions, no ask. Because I'm going to be looking in the chat. That's what I give y'all the blues for, to do work. It has to be order in this channel. Just ain't nothing changed when I get back to Underrated Darkness channel. It's nothing going to change. It's going to be the same thing with Underrated Darkness channel when I get it back, and even here, because when I get back to Underrated Darkness channel, most likely I'm going to do this like right off Restream. It's going to be the same thing. Only different thing is it's free. And it's less people that come on the panel. I believe it's 6. So I'm just saying, first come, first serve. But on this, but just letting you know, stick to the topic. Goes men's talk too. Stick to the topic. And even in the men's, ladies, you got wrenches, and this not going. She please don't bring that up, 12. Please don't bring. I don't. But got to get them out. If you're not, we got to make sure the conversation goes smooth. We trying to reach people. We trying to inspire people. So it cannot be no dumbness over here. It can't. I'm not accepting that. People want to get on, email. That's how it is. They don't want to get on. You don't want to respect what I do. Man or woman, I'm not losing no sleep. I gotta see 12 hours. I gotta see. Go ahead, Amanda.
No, I just was saying I second that motion, and I believe this was a good live. Thank you again for allowing the Most High lead you to have this conversation. The only thing we're trying to do is grow as a people, melanated people. Between a lot of the content creators, everybody, they're breaking it down and they're helping you to try to understand where shit went wrong. And even if they don't have a chart to tell you where shit went wrong, they're telling you where we at right now. We gotta bring back the basics. Okay. I appreciate you, JC. I appreciate all my brothers. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's righteous keepers. This was another awesome live. And we gotta just, like JT just said, we're not about foolishness. So please don't bring it over here. Don't bring it to nobody that we rock with. Foolishness. Keep that over there.
And also, before you get off, man, I want you to hear this too, because I want your response on it too.
Okay.
There are some people that they say that they believe in God, but they know people that doing contrary things against God, but they say that only God could judge them. That's not good enough. I'm not going to socialize anybody. And I'm not saying that I'm a God. I'm not saying this like this. But if we say that we follow God's ways, we got to follow God's way all the way. We cannot
Right, but Jay, pause. You are a God, because if we are the image of Him, He said, "I said my little gods." You are a
Yeah,
God.
all right. I get what you're saying. I get you right. I get it. But I'm saying, but there are some people that doing contrary things, and then you know what they say. I'm not. I ain't no
I'll be
judge.
right
They
back.
are
Got a phone
no,
call.
no
I'll be right
problem.
back.
Yeah, no problem. And they go and say, I ain't no judge. They are people to know. They go contrary what God says. They ain't no association. And it goes from man or woman. No, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. What we trying to do to connect the man and the women together again. Had a mutual respect in relationship. Bring the family back together. Anybody that comes between it cannot be no parts. You can't tolerate it. I can tell you this, and I forgot to tell you, Cool John. I'm gonna tell Amanda. When I reached 2,000, bro, I forgot to tell you that. When I said the same thing about the same thing on the Underrated Thoughts channel, I lost more than 10 subs over that. Y'all ain't know that, right? Oh, let me explain. Amanda, can you hear me? Oh, she probably did. Yeah, I lost 10 subs. You heard what I said?
My sound is messed up.
Yeah, no.
Let me go back out and come right back in.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's 10 subs. More than 10 subs. 10 subs. I got it back. Yeah. Hello, sis? Hello? Yeah. Yeah, they did it. Yeah. That happened more than once too, brother.
I cannot. You know, it's crazy. Satan's a liar. I can't hear you. I see you. I know I'm in the show, but I don't hear anything you're saying. So I'm gonna go lock all the way out and come all the way back in because they're playing with us. Every
Okay.
time we bring righteousness, this is what they do to us. So
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
gonna go out, but
Yeah,
you can close your show if you need to. If you can hear me,
Yeah, I'll wait
do
till you
your
get
thumbs
back.
up if you can hear me.
Yeah. No, you come back. After you come back in, I'm gonna close it out anyway. Let me get this out. Let me get this out. But yeah. Oh yeah, cool. It happened more than once. It even happened to me when I was approaching I'm talking about the main channel, Underrated Darkness. That happened even doing I think I was approaching 1,600, something like that. 600. Yeah. Yeah. Hello? Hello?
I have no sound. They're not letting me hear you. They're haters.
That's all right. I'm gonna give you a call.
Have a great show, brother. I love you. I'm gonna call you
I
when
love
you
you
get
too.
off.
Yeah. Call me. Go. Let me lock this down. I'm gonna close this out. But anybody that is traveling, to your destination home. Take extra safety precautions because we don't want nothing happening because the climate out there, it is real. And we don't want nothing to happen to y'all. All I'm just saying that just keep on doing what we got to do. It's trying to walk in righteousness. There's no money comes with it. There's no prestige comes with it. There's none association comes with it. Because when you walk in righteousness, the abundance will come. And you will get what you need. You will get what you need. But we gotta stand through trial tribulations. And again, I will not be around people that wants to go contrary what the Most High says. Yeah, it does. It does. And so just keep on pushing, y'all. And just remember, we cannot live on our own merits. Got to depend. You know what I'm doing this. Got to depend. So thank you very much. I'm saying if I do a morning chat, I will put it out there. I'm not gonna really send the links out there. I most likely I'll send the links to ones who had the email, or I have the they numb telephone number. That's the one I'm gonna go by. I'm not gonna send it out. I'm not. So cool, gent. If you willing to want to come in the morning, you let me know in 12 hours. Amanda, Big Bro. I don't know Big Bro. Big Bro, they always got things to do. So, but I see it. I send it out there. I always send out a lot of emails, quite a few emails, and I don't know, but it's all right. We got things done. So good morning. Thank you so much. This has been great. This has been great. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you very much for your input, everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat. Divine Sense Boxing, Brother Logan, I got your email, so I'm gonna send things out. And also, I got a special for y'all, a boxing next week. The Underrated Boxing Talk number 68. 68 or 69. Either one. 68 or 69. Got some special for the family. I gotta, get some people together, but this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I don't know. Usually I do my boxing about maybe 2:35, 3:35, 4:45, something like that. But I think this one, I feel it's gonna be like early night. I gotta find which day it is. I think that'd be better for them. So, and I'm gonna promote that. Oh, I'm definitely gonna promote that. So, let's see what's up, y'all. Let's see what's up. And I got some good stuff coming for the family. So watch out for that. Underrated Doctors, I'm still gonna work on get that back, so don't worry about it. So most likely you're gonna see me that back. And this channel, I'm gonna try to make sure I'm gonna keep this channel going. And this gonna be like I probably work through Restream. Gonna work through Restream because I don't have no money to be kicking out and doing stream yards on this channel and that channel. I don't my pockets ain't all that deep. Ain't all that deep. So, but most like this gonna be work on Restream. So, to keep it up, to keep it going. So the ones that listen to me when I see me on the Underrated Doctors, please y'all can transfer. Y'all can also sub to the Underrated Doctors too. All right, do that. Everything be all right. So thank y'all for everything. Good morning. This one is Ghost. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Take good care of yourself. Love y'all. Peace.